Oh, hello everyone.
Hello.
I am here today with Dot Level.
I'm here today with Saralene.
Oh, I see how it is. Today I'm going to be playing Dark Souls for the very first time. Unfortunately, my mic audio might be significantly worse today because there's a road paver working outside. I can't believe it. Today has already been kind of a thing because, like, first one of the lights in my ceiling light went out, so I had to have that replaced.
Yeah, I'm standing on a chair. Greenlow's has it.
Yeah, I pulled one out for Dot here, and oh man. Ah yes, very first thing it does is let me loot a corpse.
Yeah. It's a good way to set the tone.
Yeah, you can definitely tell I have this set to 30 FPS.
I love how this game looks at 30 FPS personally. I think we talked about that.
Yeah, I trust you, honestly. Thank
I
you
think
for
a lot of the animations look a little strange with extra fluidity.
Yeah, I could see how that could happen. Thank you for resubscribing, Kicksville. 40 months. That's a long time.
Yeah, Zargon, you're right. Yeah,
Okay, so
ladders and
attack is on
jumps.
that? Huh. That
Yeah,
is
I found these controls really weird to get used to. But this was also the first game I played, the first 3D game I played to completion since Metal Gear Solid 1. So,
I'm gonna attack on trigger, I see. Yeah, I gotta say, that reflection looks really good. You know, the light reflecting, I mean.
yeah, yeah.
Rest at bonfire to recover HP. Well, everybody knows that. Even people who know nothing about the games know that.
Yeah. Oh, I'd buy that. Retro.
Yeah, that's specular mapping. That's not open from this side.
To me, this game has spectacular mapping.
Oh, you?
You know what I mean? It's got good level design. It's not my fault.
That is... Yes. Still in the tutorial here. Oh. 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 I see. Oops, I didn't mean to press the button.
Let me
That's
get a
not
closer
good.
look at this thing.
It's party time!
It's okay, I did like 2 damage to it, it's fine.
Yeah, you're good.
Don't think... Um... Oh boy. It's locked. Cool. Well, I don't think it can fit through here.
There you go.
I could change which hand it's in. I see.
Yeah.
What the... Oh, I'm getting shot. Great!
I was wondering when you'd notice.
I think this guy's having the Dark Souls experience now.
This dude's about to go on GameFAQs and rage about the Wanderer broken sword hilt build and how it ruins the game. Okay.
This shouldn't be so funny.
It should. This is funny.
I see. Dark Souls is actually a very funny game.
Yeah,
Ow.
actually, that's the most common thing that people say when they like finally play it after years of hearing about it and never actually touching it themselves. They're like, "Oh, I didn't realize this was sort of a comedy game," which it genuinely is.
Range weapons, toggle weapons. Oh, a scimitar. You know, I could just reach through the bars and unlock the door.
You and I were both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite. Oh, and this.
Oh,
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go.
When you speedrun this, you just mash through that guy's dialogue super fast, but it hangs for just a little bit after the word regrettably. So like, it's burned into my brain. Sometimes I'm just walking around and in my head I hear regrettably and then nothing.
that's great. I like that.
What do you reckon Estes tastes like?
I think it
There's a
tastes like Chef
stats thing.
Boyardee ravioli sepicai.
I get the feeling it tastes like foam.
Ew.
Because I've seen that one Estes flask thing.
That came with like an official strategy guide for Dark Souls 3, I think. You know what it looks like to me?
Yeah?
You know the like really cheap like plastic toy fruits that they make like for little kids?
Yeah, exactly. It looks
It
like
looks
that.
exactly like a toy lime.
Yeah. You're right on the money there. Okay, there's somebody shooting.
Yeah, that makes sense. Nutcase. Whoa! You have
Sick.
no idea. You have no idea how uncommon it is to hit your very first parry when you're not locked on, especially.
The game told me to parry. I parried.
Yep. So I buried.
Oh,
He's looking at you.
hi. Oh, crap.
It happened.
Oh, crap.
I did that too the first time I played. Just stared at him.
Crap. I mean, admittedly, it was very funny.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. What are you doing? Okay. Ah. I'm dead.
Honestly, that was pretty good.
Regrettably.
Regrettably.
It's a lot better to just use normal hits for him in terms of speed of damaging him.
Mm-hmm. Your mileage may vary.
Yeah.
I find that generally the heavy attacks are a little more difficult to use.
Although they look awesome.
Yeah, it depends on the weapon too. And like you can find a use for every part of the move set. So I, you know, whatever seems to be working for you, do it. Nice.
Big Pilgrim's Key. So, how big was this pilgrim?
Yeah. Usually when I play this game, I name the character Big Pilgrim now.
That's good. All right, I forgot to say.
It wasn't my idea. My friend was like, "You should name your guy Big Pilgrim," and I was like, "That's a good point. I should."
Do PSP games count as retro? Oh, I don't want to start a fight in chat over here.
That's a can of worms.
Yeah,
Can I answer it? I'm the guest.
by all means.
I think they do.
I think they
I'm just
do
like
too,
I'm just like
honestly.
lighting the match and running.
Perfect. Desperately trying to hold the line at 2000 being the line between retro and not. I don't know. The PSP has a resolution of only 480 by 272.
I love that so much. It has like
It's-
the same vertical resolution basically as like the NES or something.
Yeah.
Very slightly higher.
And it's funny because you increase that by 4 times and you do not quite have 1920 by 1080. It's like a couple it's like 3 pixels off or something.
3. That's
Like
funny.
4, I think, but like yeah, it's barely not. Cuz like I know this because I've ported PSP games to PC before with my job
course.
and everything.
Yeah.
Thanks, game.
No
Calling me out.
humanity.
Look, just because they have cat ears doesn't mean I have no humanity. I mean, I know I don't have human ears. Look, they're not there. But
Are my ears visible on my model? I've never really checked. No. For all you know, I don't have them either.
yeah. When I was first making my model, I showed an early version of it to Voxandra. She was the first person I showed, and she was like, "You're not gonna have 2 sets of ears, right?" And I looked at the model and I was like, "Did I remove the other ears yet?" For all we know, Dot is also a cat girl, just with small cat ears.
Well, what do we have here? You must
Like a Scottish
be
fold.
new arrival.
Yeah.
Let me guess.
Hey, you should roll here into those pots. Yeah,
Oh,
that's the real
sick.
stuff.
That's wonderful.
Do you want to know something about the roll that I don't think the game ever actually explains?
Yeah?
It has invincibility frames at the startup. Did you know that?
The startup. Okay.
Yeah. Like, it's like a lot. Like 11 plus frames. So,
That's a lot.
yeah, it's a lot.
Like, I kind of suspected that it would have something, but wow. That's nuts.
Yeah, have you played Monster Hunter? Like, if I recall, I'm not a Monster Hunter expert. I'm pretty
I've-
sure the rolls are really good in that game also because of invincibility frames, but it's because they have like 3. So,
I've barely played any Monster Hunter.
yeah.
Not 0, but practically 0.
A lot of the story is actually on the these item tool tips too. This right here. So a lot of them are
Yeah.
just, here's this weapon, but sometimes it's like, this was once owned by the worst knight you've ever heard of in your whole life. He's a real fool and everyone's glad he's dead. I'm almost not exaggerating.
Tripped and fell on his own sword, but somehow
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
so incompetent that it didn't kill him right away.
As he had neglected to sharpen it for the past 27 years.
Yeah. This is now canon. Ah. Oh. Oh, hey, what's up? Might help if I didn't have my...
Yeah, cruising around with the menu open is a new player rite of passage.
Uh-oh. Ow. Oh crap, he reconstituted. I'm dead.
Nice.
Okay, I shouldn't do that all the time, though. Not yet. Especially since I know that they reconstitute. Ah. Through the gravestone. Gotcha.
Yeah, the enemies get to do that kind of thing all the time. Your sword probably would have bounced off of it, though.
Yeah, I would just get a bounce off animation and be like, well, crap. That's the impression I get, yeah. Oh. Oh.
Cool.
Oh, there are so many. There's a really big one. And another one. Oh, crap. Me over here just activating every skeleton in the world?
It's party time!
It's okay, surely they can't climb stair. Okay. Oh, crap.
Whoa, one of the big ones died. You got a ton of souls. I think it fell into the pit.
That's part of why I went to that ledge. I was like, well, they could probably fall, right?
Yeah, see, that didn't occur to me.
Oh, crap.
That's really not a very easy attack to parry.
No. Parrying seems more generous than I expected, though.
Yeah, they made it stricter in later installments of the series.
Hmm.
In Demon Souls and in Dark Souls 1, it's not that tough. I don't want to say it's easy because like I know some people like just can't get the hang of it. Do you want any gentle hints that because it occurred to me that you don't have the soapstone messages because the online doesn't work.
Right.
So there might be an element of like the game actually shouldn't be this hard to figure out going on here.
Yeah, that was something I did in fact want
Yeah.
from you, yeah.
Yeah. There are multiple paths out of the beginning of the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Including breaking the disc in half, right?
Yes. That's the most common one. But this is a downloaded copy, so you don't have that option. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Oh crap, that's a heavy attack. That throws me off every time.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I want to parry this so bad. Oh no.
Mhm.
Man, I don't need to go that long way around. Is it bad if the platformer player in me is just looking at that ledge and just going, oh, I want to go over to that ledge. There's nothing there, but I want to go over there.
You want to do it? Do you want to know how? This game has a jump, actually.
It has a jump?
Yeah, it's really awkward and, like, by design, not very good. So, you know the roll button? If you hold it down, then you can run. When you're in a full run, if you release and then press the dash button again, you do a big jump. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
It is awkward to use it to actually clear gaps. And unlike the roll, it doesn't have any startup invincibility. Yeah, there you go. So sometimes you're like running and you want to roll and you accidentally jump instead.
Oh crap. That would be really bad.
Yeah, they changed this jump command like literally in Dark Souls 2, I think.
What did they change it to?
Clicking in the left stick, which I actually
Oh.
find a lot harder.
Yeah, that's
because
awkward.
Usually that means I also like pivot the stick in an unpredictable direction because I'm not very good at that input. So I'll try to jump straight ahead and then jump directly to the left into a pit and die. And it's like, yep. That's classic me.
That's great, though. Also, you might have noticed, like, the moment you told me there was actually a jump, I started trying to mess with the roll button.
Uh-huh.
So I was actually intuiting it, but at the same time, how would I ever have known that you have to press it again while running? That's so specific.
Yeah, I think there was a tooltip somewhere in the Undead Asylum that said how to do it, but I was probably talking your ear off as you read it.
Nah, I can't read it. They're having those blackouts right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Up.
Oh. There you go. You killed your first skeleton.
Yay!
If you think about it, you actually killed one of those giant skeletons before you killed a little one, huh?
Yep. Yep. Come on, dude. Do something. Not that. Oh, man.
The enemies have great pathfinding, but they have very great, like, pit finding, too. And sometimes they pick one over the other, and then you get 1,000 souls for no reason. Because an enemy you didn't even see was like, oops.
It's okay, I died right here. I just don't want to activate too many skeletons at once, that's all. There's 2 here, though.
That sounds like some kind of, like scam, like pseudoscience diet. Like, activate your skeleton with an alkaline diet or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. That's what the Estus flask is.
Yeah, you see, the average human only uses 10% of their skeleton. But through the power of self-hypnosis, you can unlock all 100%. I have an ebook about it.
How much does it cost?
Oh, not much. This is $39.99.
Oh, that's
for
a
volume
deal.
1.
That's a great deal. And you say this is out of 20 volumes?
So far.
The average human uses only 20 bones in their body. You know, that might almost be correct with the sedentary lifestyles we have nowadays.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't want to think too hard about that.
Yeah.
Here I am sitting in a chair at my computer. Can you imagine, though, if I was, like, doing jumping jacks instead? Like, trying to collab. I was just, like, out of breath the whole time, and my model's going like this. Non-stop.
That would be hilarious, though. Whoa. Oh. Oh.
You like how that guy was worth more souls than a skeleton?
Yeah.
And he hit, like, a quarter as hard.
Yeah, I'm just here and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to go over here.
You went here at first, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, she's got it. And then you found the skeletons, and I was like, well,
Oh yeah, I remember this place with the fire bombs.
yeah.
I got stabbed to death.
Yeah, that's a tricky one to parry.
Yeah, dude, whatever.
The skeleton areas where I think the game's like marketing and like the review coverage might actually work against it a little bit.
Oh yeah? Oops.
Maybe I shouldn't be talking while you're fighting like 18 enemies. But now that you're dying,
Please tell me.
like there are a few points in the game where I think they probably assumed that players would be like, "Oh, these enemies are way too hard. am probably not supposed to be here yet, but because all of the marketing and all the hype surrounding this game is like, yeah, it's the hardest game of all time, and it's like, well, I don't know. I heard it was tough. I guess I just have to get good.
That's exactly what I was assuming too, though.
Right? Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is just how hard it is. Okay.
This is just Dark Souls. Okay.
But no, I'm supposed to be over here.
Everything must.
Ow. Sorry, the redeem.
You never have to apologize for meowing. It's in your nature. I understand.
Like, yeah. Oh crap. So is there any Dark Souls game where I can just backdash everywhere?
There are a few places in Elden Ring.
Oh no!
Whoa, that was a cool like trick shot. There are a few places in Elden Ring where it's fastest to backdash. Yes.
Cool. Like honestly, I am enjoying myself.
I think this game is awesome.
It
Personally,
is nothing like I expected.
that was my reaction to it as well.
I think that guy landing on my head did a little damage.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like probably literally one or two.
Oh great, a sewer. Oh, there's a giant. There's an ROUS in here.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
You should watch it again.
I was probably like 10 or 11.
Honest to God, it is even better as an adult. Because there's some stuff that kind of slips past you as a kid.
Mm-hmm. I feel like The Last Unicorn is the same way. Like, that's
Yeah.
a good movie for kids to watch, but it like actually functions as like, you know, entertainment for adults as well. That really makes it sound a different way. That's not
Yes,
what I
it
meant.
does.
I'm just
Adult
not very
entertainment.
articulate. You know.
Undead Burger.
You looked away for it.
Oh,
I can't believe it. You were supposed to get jump scared by a dragon and you were like, a barrel.
Haru. I'm dead.
Did you see how far you got into that area though?
Yeah. I pressed that button out of reflex. It's like, oh, the attack button is usually square.
Yeah, I was doing that the entire game. Because the last 3D game that I beaten was Metal Gear Solid. So,
Oh. Yeah.
if
that'd
I'm
do
not
it.
mistaken, that's the attack button in that game.
Ow. Uh-oh.
Whoa. I thought you were going to hit the ground. I thought you were fine.
That was a fun fall, though. I was not expecting that at all. Whoa. Those guys were just comboing like crazy.
Yeah, that like that attack where it's like they're mashing the buttons is really dangerous actually.
Yeah, apparently. It comes out really fast, too.
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm making progress pretty slowly, but, you know.
I wouldn't say slowly, no.
Mind you, I'm not trying to be too hard on myself or anything saying that. I'm just...
Sure.
Plus, you know, I keep doing that.
Right. I mean, like, that's the thing is, even if you could be further along in the progression, like, a lot of people go through the whole game without ever learning how to parry. So you're already making a lot of progress on learning a skill that does come in handy.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, so much for all of those things that I had.
You know, easy come, easy go. Yeah, the wild thing is you could like not learn to parry and still be really good at Dark Souls just because there are so many systems in the game that like no single one of them is like mandatory to master, you know?
Yeah, you've got rolling, you've got shields. Okay, this thing is really strong.
It's so hard.
It's like, oh, I don't need any finesse with this, I just kill them. Oh, man. Okay. There's a bonfire.
Every time you find a bonfire, it's like significant progress.
Yeah. I feel like I finally made progress.
I wouldn't say finally.
Well, you know what I mean. I made progress in the game, but I've been making progress on a personal level the whole time.
Yeah. That's the neat thing about this, right? Is like you progress through the RPG systems or just through the levels and also in like building the fundamental skills of the game.
Yeah.
There's so much to it.
I should run, probably. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. That's not what I meant to do. That's alright. I'll just hide in here for a sec. Hey, dude, what's up? This is your house? Nice place. Ah! Ooh. Okay. Poor guy.
The R2 looks awesome.
It really does, though.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that, but Bees pointed it out. You're not locking on.
Yeah.
Unlocked combat is much harder, but it's way more flexible. This is another reason I'm like, I wouldn't say you're not progressing, because the faster you learn to do unlocked combat, the better. You can riposte while unlocked. She's been doing it.
Yeah. I have not fought a single enemy while locked on.
Yeah. You like locked and unlocked on the guy right next to the lock-on tutorial and then never used it again.
Yeah. It just feels better this way for me. Though for a boss fight, it might be a little different sometimes.
Yeah, when speedrunning this, I think there are 2 places in the whole game where I use the lock-on.
Ah! Hollow soldier waistcloth. Oh crap! What's that guy doing? He just broke that box for no reason.
Nice.
Oh, those guys are finally dealt with. This box looks different from the others. Disappointment.
Yeah, there was something up with it. It was like lit weird.
I was like, oh, it looks different. Maybe there's a secret in there. I saw you before you did that, dude. You can't jump scare me like that. Oh, I see. We just kind of had a buddy there for a minute. Oh, crap. I tried to lunge at them, but it's way too much wind up.
Yeah, those are when you find a use for the jumping attacks, the like lunge attacks, you feel so smart. Because like they're not like general use attacks, right? So when it occurs to you, it's like, oh.
I played Ultima Online. It was my first real MMO.
That was pure skill!
Did you ever play MUDs?
I did. I did play MUDs.
Too. Yeah, I played a lot of MUDs.
You see,
I was like a founding immortal on some really famous MUDs. Like I can't say which ones because there's high likelihood that someone would be like, "Oh, I played on that. Who were you?" It's like, let's not go there.
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, my first MUD experience was my first ISP was AOL, and they had a MUD that was just like one of their main keywords that they offer to you like when you first log in and everything. And I played that. I don't remember what it was called. I'm sure somebody here knows because obviously that was a big one. But that was my first. I don't remember much about the ones I played on after that, but I played several.
Shia, I played on ROM MUDs basically exclusively. Which
So-
ROM is like ultimately DIQ derived, right? Like it's a Merc derivative, isn't it? And Merc itself is like DIQ but remade or something. You want to know something on the HUD here? You
Yeah?
see that O2 next to your life bar?
Yeah, my oxygen?
Yeah, you know what that is?
Oxygen?
No, it's humanity. So,
Okay.
you know how you've picked up items that are called humanity?
Yeah?
If you were to use one of those, and I'm not saying do it, I'm just saying if you were, it would be
Okay.
a full heal, and it would also add one to that count. So
Okay.
that if you die, with your souls, it stays on your bloodstain, and you have to do a corpse run to get it back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it can be used to do some stuff.
Okay, Gabe, that was good.
Excellent roll.
Me or the barrel?
You. But that's really funny.
Oh, crap. Oh, man.
How long have you been playing? Like 3 hours?
It looks like we have been live for 2 hours and 43 minutes.
Yeah, so not even 3. This is fast progress for the 3-hour mark, if you were curious.
Well, thank you.
Partly because it is really common to get stuck fighting the skeletons for a really long time.
Sorry, Burr, I don't speak the language of the living. Something about this is making me nervous. Oh, this definitely doesn't look like a set piece.
I like how you have the one shoe.
You're right.
I never noticed that before.
Let me guess, the dragon just dropped down.
Not quite. I can't believe you immediately noticed the archers and went, oh, okay, hang on. I never did this. I just killed the boss with the archers still alive.
I just like that I keep looking away when a boss shows up, though.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Crap.
Oh, wow.
Perfect. There was even a sound after I revived. Of something falling. Oh, snap.
He sold you.
I saw you. The captions say he sold you.
Close enough. I like the clutch menu.
Yeah. I played PSO1, so
Okay.
anybody remember the menu system in that game?
I really don't, and I played a lot of that, so.
Well, you were entirely expected to be able to navigate the menu and move at the same time in that game using like the D-pad and the stick or similar.
Yeah, I was lucky. I played with people who didn't expect me to know what I was doing. So.
PSO1 was a game I loved, personally, but
I loved it.
yeah. You had to... In some ways, it was a little like this, because, like, you do something, you're committed.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, you get PSO2, and everything's super fluid, and, like, Devil May Cry or whatever. And, like, that's just entirely different. I definitely don't think I can meaningfully parry with this thing.
Yeah, it
Doesn't even
literally
have a
doesn't
parry.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're two-handing a
It's a
weapon,
guard.
you can't parry.
That makes sense. Now I know.
You can still riposte while two-handing. You have to switch to one hand, parry, then switch back to two-handing and do the riposte. It's really awkward.
That's messed up. Like, I kind of love that you can do that, but that is so messed up.
It does more damage because your strength goes up when you two-hand.
That makes sense. Oh, there he is. Ah, yes, Minotaurus. Oh no! Are you kidding me?
Everything was so strategic and so, like, it was the perfect move. Killing the archers first, turning back as soon as it spawned. And then you just picked a
This is like
direction when
taking
you rolled,
candy
and it
from a
happened to be
baby,
the one
which
place
is
there
fine
wasn't a
by
wall.
me.
Oh my god.
You know what the tourist demon is called in Japanese?
What?
The tourist part is Gozu. Like Gozu and Nezu, do you know
Oh.
those? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is cool.
Gozu no Daemon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Here, I was expecting it to have something like Minotaurus, because that's
Yeah,
super
yeah.
common.
I was like, how do we explain this to chat? But then all of chat just went, oh, that's neat. So I guess everyone knows it.
Because, you know, like, I've done a lot of game translation, and
Yeah.
there's so many different things that you see for enemy names like this, but that is not common, and you see Minotauros a lot.
Yeah, all the time. I want to get this right, so I'm going to look up the Wikipedia. That's kind of a contradiction in terms, I guess, but... So, they're like from Asian mythology. Ox head and horse face.
Yeah, that sounds
So,
right.
this is the ox head demon in Japanese. I think what they do depends on like the specific, mythology you're looking at, but they're generally malevolent figures. They like guide the newly dead to the underworld and or torment them. If you've ever beaten Spelunky and gotten the King Yama ending, the two little guys that spawn at his feet are Gozu and Nezu.
Okay, I've seen that ending.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
get it myself, but I've seen it. I love Spelunky, though.
I love that game. You're getting so many drops. Like an absurd number of drops. Yeah, like Dragon Ball. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you know my, like, bizarre, like, foot injury story?
I do not.
It's a DDR injury.
Oh.
I was really into DDR, but I had, like a tendon issue I was born with.
Okay.
And since I was born with it, I didn't realize that, like, it's not normal to hurt a lot after, like, light physical activity. So I played so much DDR that, like, a tendon failed in my left leg, and I'm not supposed to play DDR anymore, is the doctor's orders. I mean, hey, listen. It was a great game. And I enjoyed my time with it, and I moved on from that to other things that I love just as much, so it's not that big a deal,
Yeah, it's just very unfortunate.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of funny that it's like, of course, if I was going to hurt myself, it was going to be playing a video game somehow.
Yeah,
I have a friend whose goofy injury story is that he dislocated his leg, like his thigh, playing Monopoly. I tried playing with my hands. It wouldn't be the same.
I just heard Roto exclaim, "What?" out loud, really loud.
He refuses to explain exactly how, because I think like that might be one of those stories where the mystery is most of the fun, and then when you explain like, oh, I had a condition going in or something, then it's like, oh well. So it wasn't playing Monopoly, it was like having hypermobility or something, but I'll never know. He doesn't say.
Although I do have some songs in my DDR simulator that are there's one that's 10 minutes long that was from like classic DDR sim files called Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one that somebody released on April Fools. They charted one of the entire nonstop mega mixes from the DDR soundtracks. Which is 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
See, people remember Pulse. So you know what I'm talking
remember
about.
hearing about Pulse. I never heard it.
It's not that interesting of a song, honestly. It just does the same thing for like 10 minutes. So, it's a typical trance song in that regard. There's a reason they get cut down for DDR.
Right. Good
But,
roll.
you know, it was really infamous for how long it was. Which makes sense.
Mhm.
Oh god. Ow. Oh, he's right there.
Great roll.
Oh no, I drank another one.
Wow.
I went between his legs.
You posture broke it like 3 times. And killed him. Nice.
Oh my gosh.
That's a tough boss.
Well, he's dead now.
Yeah. Some people get stuck on that for a really, really long time. You deserve to give yourself a pat on the back.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, hello. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Grossly incandescent. That is a good way of putting it. That's what the sun is. Grossly incandescent. That is what the sun actually is. Man, I don't like the looks of this. Ah! I had a feeling. I had a feeling. I wanted to go back to the bonfire. But not like this. Ah. The lost power was literally where I spawned. See, if you ever need to know how to defeat the ladder boss in Metal Gear Solid 3, here you go. You just do this. Okay, that serves me right. Huh. The dragon's just right there now. Okay. Oh, I'm on the other side of the gate. So I got past the dragon. That's good. This looks like a cyber boar. Some sort of cyborg. That's bad. I apologize. Oh, Jesus. Leave me alone, skeleton. This is between me and the cyber swine. Okay, heal up. I have not seen Brotherhood of the Wolf, I don't think. Oh, my stamina. My stamina. Okay. Ah. Yeah, that was expected. Still alive, though. At the moment. Like, what tickled my butt? Ah. Right, right. Standing behind something like that. Yeah. Hmm. Ah! I was standing directly behind it again. Almost. Whew. That's fine. It's dealt with. It is dead. That's fine, I'll just kill this dude.
You almost stumbled off the edge there.
Yep. Oh, that's great.
For a good long while, all I'd seen of Dark Souls was this section right here.
Oh, yeah?
A friend of mine was at that bonfire and like couldn't figure out how to get past these spear guys. So like I watched him try it for like 20 minutes. And to me, this was just a game where like a bunch of skeletons are mean to you under a bridge and then you go back to the checkpoint and then it happens all over again.
Oof. Very long stairs. Oops. Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
I should have known. I should have known it would be this jerk. Yeah, I know. That wasn't gonna happen.
That's a different jerk too from the one that you already fought. It has a different weapon.
Oh yeah, same armor though.
Yep.
The thing about like making games 60 FPS is always, are they actually designed to interpolate the animations based on frame rate and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And you have a lot of them that are strictly frame by frame defined to be 30 frames per second.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, have you seen the Quake animations? Like the way the enemies animate in Quake?
Yeah?
I love it. It's just how they're like 10 FPS.
Yeah.
Even though the game runs really smoothly, I think it looks so cool.
It takes me back to simpler times. In the best way.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh, I did it again!
You did, you hit the Metal Gear Solid attack button.
Exactly.
You know what's funny?
Yeah?
I shouldn't say this. I'm not going to say it. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to say it. So, this game has some really famous input bugs,
Oh yeah?
and it's not too uncommon for the, like, Estus drink command to get assigned to the shield button.
Oh no.
I assume it has something to do with the way, like, have you noticed this game buffers inputs, like,
Yeah, yeah,
in an
very
extremely
heavily.
generous way? Yeah. Which is pretty much necessary because otherwise it would require unbelievable precision to roll out of attack sequences that didn't combo, you know?
Yeah.
So I think the bug is related to that. There's like one frame as you're lowering your shield from blocking, where if you try to Estus, it'll drop the input, so nothing will come out. But then the next time you hit the block button, it'll use the Estus. There's a few other weird ones like that, like the jump command can get put on the accept prompt, even if you're not running.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're standing still and you hit accept and you just go boing.
So jump
It's
is a
really
separate
weird.
ability. It's just not mapped as one.
Yeah.
I can believe it. There's a lot of funny stuff when working on games when it comes to stuff like input bindings. Like, I was working on a game and I found that there was a high and low attack in this game, right? And I was looking at the code, wondering why when I press the button that in the code seems to be mapped to high attack, brings out a low attack and vice versa. And it turns out it was just mixed up in the code.
Uh-huh.
So the button assigned to high attack was low attack and vice versa in the code, and they never fixed that. Having trouble keeping my composure because things just keep getting sillier. Oh, it's just a spear dude. I keep leaning in real life, what the heck? Oh, that guy is right there. It seems bad. Oh no. This guy looks mean. He's got a cape. There's a wall? Okay. Uh-oh. What?
Nice. These dudes are rough.
A night shield. Cool. Probably too heavy for me, really. But I should check. I shouldn't just assume. That's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
It's not even much better. Alder shield.
I got really excited when it dropped that, but it's the wrong kind of
Enemy?
Yeah, there are two variants of the Balder Knights, and one of them, not that one, has a really low chance to drop a neat weapon.
Oh.
You can tell by the shield they've got.
This looks dangerous. Ah!
That guy, he could have dropped that sword he just stabbed you with.
I literally moved in front of him and exposed my back to him.
So you said it like wasn't like what you expected, right? What
Yeah.
did you expect?
I would say that, like, the gameplay feels somewhat like I expected, but I also expected it to be more of a situation where every single thing that you deal with is more deadly than this.
Yeah.
Like,
You were expecting the kind of experience you got with the skeletons in the graveyard.
literally what I was just about to say, yeah. You read my mind.
I do think these are hard video games, but if all you've heard is that these games are really hard, it's impossible to go in with expectations that are like calibrated correctly, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I would say that seems pretty accurate. Also, you probably know by now, I like hard video games.
Oh yeah.
Sure. That geometry.
I think you could roll through those tables and break them.
Probably, but it was more funny getting stuck on them.
There's some furniture in this game that's indestructible, and like when I was speedrunning this, there was a time when I was like, oh, okay, I'll just roll through this chair, and it didn't break, and I died. So maybe don't count on that working all the time.
Maybe just ask them where they got it.
Yeah.
Oh crap. Oh crap, oh crap!
Whoa. That was like an Aegis reflector unblockable. You know what I mean?
Oh man. Yeah, I'd like to make it to the next bonfire, but if I can't, that's okay too. It is coming up on the 5-hour mark, so I'm not going to push us too much.
This is a pretty arduous bonfire to bonfire run.
Ooh. Good to know.
Like, you'll hear that about a lot of places in this game because it's a challenging game. That's just the truth of it. But I think a lot of the difficulty... I don't want to overstate this too much, of course.
Yeah?
But a lot of the difficult sections are kind of clustered toward the beginning because it's also an action RPG, so like you just don't have the raw numbers that you'll have later on in the game.
Yeah, I get you. A lot of games like that don't scale well.
Yeah. Plus, you're going to be like better at the game later on, right? So
Yeah.
even if it's scaled perfectly numerically, there's the fact that you'll be, you know, better at the parrying and the roll timing and everything.
It's always weird when it's like that in RPGs in terms of raw numbers making the early game so much so much harder and not scaling properly.
Of course, the alternative is Dragon Quest II, where the end game is so difficult that you have to take out a full page ad going, sorry, we didn't mean to do that. So
Fair. Fair.
I feel like you have a lot of games these days that are really popular where the challenge is the point, but it feels like Dark Souls hit at a point when like that wasn't that common outside of really obscure stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like this was a mainstream hit that also happened to be hard as hell.
Yeah, in general, it feels like we kind of went through a lull of difficulty for like 6th and 7th gen.
I'm pretty sure it was because like a non-trivial number of people saw it like as bad design, right?
Yeah.
You would hear this a lot when people were talking about retro games specifically. Like games used to be hard as a cheap game lengthening trick, but now we know how to make games that are long without being really hard. And it's like, is length a design goal? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. You'll also get those people who say lives are outdated, and I get it. I kind of feel that way a little when it comes to games where you can continue infinitely anyway, for example. But you know, they served their purpose and it worked well, and it doesn't mean it was bad design.
yeah, you could still make games that have like retro game style lives, in my opinion, and they would be better for it.
Yeah, I
But-
basically agree. But
Well, I was just saying, but I can kind of get it for a lot of the kind of games that get made today. There's just not much point. Yeah, Zelnu, I think about roguelikes a lot when people talk about how like modern games are like a lot easier than retro games, because it's like, I don't know, man, like I've beaten like basically every Castlevania without dying, you know. I feel like I've sought out specifically the really hard retro games. But there are a lot of new games that really don't seem any easier to me. If anything, they're harder.
Yeah, I can agree with that. There's games that understood why games like that were hard and wanted to do the same thing as well. And all the power to them, because it's not bad design, it's just different.
I can't believe how long that Shinobi 3 Deathless run took.
How long did it take?
Lamisar, it was like 3 streams.
Ooh.
Usually if I pick one of those games, it'll take like a stream, maybe 2. So that game is really long and for the most part is not that challenging. But there's a very deceptive jump at the end of it.
Ooh.
And if you don't know exactly what to do, like the way your movement works in that game, you can't go, oh, I missed the jump, and pivot back and land on the pit you started on. You just fall in the pit and die. So I
You're
kept
just
playing through all
dedicated
like,
to it.
yeah, I kept playing through all like 50 minutes of the game and then just dying on the same jump over and over again.
I think I'll give it one more go because it seems like I'm losing my touch here.
Yeah, we're also like rambling a lot now. That can't be good for your for your focus.
I'm actually pretty good at talking and doing stuff at the same time, but what I can't do at the same time as talking is reading.
Yeah.
The good thing is that like I'm getting some sense of autopilot for some aspects of this game.
Yeah.
For better and for worse, though.
The bonfire you're heading to is actually a pretty exciting part of the game too. This whole sequence is pretty linear. The undead burg through the end of the undead parish. Not to spoil too much.
Right.
Once you get to the next bonfire, there will be many directions you can go, none of which are really like objectively wrong.
I wasn't expecting to hear the phrase objectively wrong during this stream.
Yeah. The only thing I wasn't sure about was whether you would like it all that much, but I knew you weren't going to find it particularly frustrating or hard.
Yeah. I assume it's saved.
Yes. Dark Souls autosaves constantly. So, like, if you accidentally aggro an NPC, for example, you can't save scum really quick.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm also really,
You first.
I'm also really happy that you joined me for this.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
If you don't follow Dot and you like what you have heard of Dot and what you've seen of Dot, go follow Dot because Dot is great. Dot. How many times could I say Dot in one sentence, right?
That many.
Thank you once again for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
Watched. It really means a lot to me that you guys chose to watch me.